17th of August. I just say August 3rd.
No.
2020 regular town council meeting. Show all members present with the exception of Brian Nurnberg absent and Evelyn Ballinger is absent. The attorney is present. Need a motion to approve the minutes in the executive session on August 3rd and August 10th.
I'll make a motion, accept the minutes for August 3rd. You want to do both of them or just
Yeah,
one?
do both.
And August 10th, executive board session.
Seconded.
Been moved to second, we accept the minutes for August 3rd and the executive session on August 10th. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Cleaning of the community center and town hall. Well, I was gonna throw this in Evelyn's lap because we were talking about it, but as we bounce back a little bit, we've been scrubbing down the community center and the town hall and the toilets and getting things cleaned up, and it's time to put somebody in that position to clean the community center and the town hall once a week. We have a part-time employee in the clerk's office right now, Teresa, that is wanting to do it. I think she'd be fine at it and stuff. She's a good worker. And give her 1 day a week with the understanding that when that cleaning is being done and she's on that cleaning day, she works for the cleaning of the community center and the town hall and not for the clerk's office. Are we good with that? What's she make an hour now?
That's well.
Okay, so what do you think? Think?
We talked about this before, didn't we?
Do you have the position already created in your salary ordinance?
No.
I'll have to create one.
Okay.
That's okay.
We can still move forward though.
You can still move forward, I
But
just
I'm
need
tired of
to,
scrubbing toilets.
yeah, I'll just need to amend your salary ordinance and then we can apply it retro.
Okay. Any problem on the wage?
Nope.
So, 1 day a week. I don't figure it'd take more than probably 4 hours to do the community center and the town hall both.
Should be enough, yeah.
So part-time, no more than 4 hours or 8 hours a week?
We say 8 just to be safe, huh? What do you think?
No over 5 hours.
Yeah. What is she working at work? 8?
7, 8 hours right here, but not to go over.
Well, I don't think we need that much and stuff to clean it too. You know, like 4 hours a week to do it.
Because I can either put hourly, I mean, we're going to want to specify part-time what the hourly is, and then if you want to even narrowly tailor it, then you can just say no more than X amount of hours per week.
So we could say $12 an hour, 4 hours a week. A motion on it?
I'll make a motion that we pay Teresa to clean the community center and the town hall for $4 an hour, no more than 4 hours a week.
Second.
Moving to second, we pay Teresa $12 an hour once a week with the hours not exceeding 4, clean the community center and the town hall. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. And that's gonna be in the salary orders. Everybody go through the claims? There was a couple of questions that were brought up
And I fixed it.
in the police department was on the,
It should be on the virus.
just for the virus stuff. Why is it being billed under the virus stuff and we said everything was coming out of the community improvement fund and then put back in the community improvement fund?
I was just putting the wrong name, the names, so. It doesn't change the funds, it doesn't change the funds, it just, then it wasn't the right name.
You say he spent this money back in May?
Yeah, so,
So this wasn't done before you left?
No.
We're always behind, you know. Fix that.
Yeah, everything for COVID comes out of the community improvement fund, and it goes back to the community fund when the feds pay us back. Shouldn't come out of anybody else's budget. And there was one other question on, and that would be under health insurance. Actually, your health insurance, Dwayne,
Yeah,
because it's been billed at $385.20 for the last several months. Now it's $963.
because I hadn't paid it the last 2 months.
You hadn't paid it for the last
I
2
hadn't paid
months?
it the last 2 months, so. I'll wait till my wife to get her in front of me.
So this is a 3-month bill? Okay. Can I see it tomorrow?
No.
Pretty please.
Yeah, try to get along.
I'm getting along. Okay. The motion to approve the claim.
And make the motion that we pay the claims in the amount of $116,281.53.
I'll second it.
We've moved to second, we pay claims at $116,281.53. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Pay the claims. Old business, we have none. Randy, let's talk about the chicken plant. I asked Randy to be here tonight, he didn't have to, but I asked him to be here because the chicken factory over here, we have a lift station that we had to put in, and we've been maintaining that lift station and doing repairs to that lift station, and had to put locks on the gates of the lift station because it's being tampered with. And the pumps in that lift station are not grinding pumps, they are regular pumps that is supposed to be a clean, water-only business over there. We go through and he finds one of the pumps that wasn't running and it's got plastic all in it and stuff. He was able to take that apart today and rebuild it. But every time we talk with the chicken factory over there, they're arrogant. They act like they can do no wrong. And we've had nothing but problems out of those people when it comes down to that lift station and the utilities. The pumps that we've had to replace were replaced because we found horrid amounts of chicken fat, chicken skin, and feathers inside the pumps. And that stuff is not supposed to be done here. That is the stuff that's being done over on 500 South in Kingsford. So, which tells me that they bought trucks in here and dumped into our sewage system. We did have Dave Enix, which was one of the prior board members and the one that delivers our fuel here in town, that followed a dump truck, spilling stuff all over the place down Range Road into that factory. I am to the point, these guys have been over there, it cost us thousands of dollars every time that something goes wrong over there for their negligence. They need to start paying for this negligence. I don't care, I don't think the town, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not paying for their negligence. You know, if they tear it up because they've let something down that drain, then they can pay for it. Or we can get to the point of saying, it's your lift station and we don't have to have the responsibility anymore. But, go ahead, I don't mean to.
Yeah, you're fine. August 6th, went over to do an inspection and noticed plastic floating down in the lift station. We got it out, spoke with the plant operator, who's the owner's son, told him about it, and he goes, well, that might have been in there in the sewer system prior to it starting up. I didn't buy it, told him that's from his stuff, and that, if it continues and it fries the pump, you're paying the bill on it for negligence. Well, last Friday, went over there to do an inspection, the alarm's going off, and open it up, you see plastic just floating around in it, pull the pump, and it's just jammed full of plastic. And the pump got bound up, the pump just sits on the bottom connected to a hose. And when it bound up, it shifted the pump so hard it pulled the wires out of the top of the pump. Me and Drake was able to rebuild the pump and get the wires fixed today and clip the pump. We got it back in there, spoke with the owner's son today and said, the pump is fixed, but you're still paying the labor for us coming out there because it's negligence. And he agreed to it. But in the past, we've had that controls messed with, where the pumps were left in a hand position and it fried one pump. They said that it was our doings, that we're the only ones in it, that they don't have kids working for them. And I said, no, we left it in auto. And then there was another issue, so we ended up having to put locks on the control panel and locks on the both hatches to get down in there. One of the valves were switched off. We actually had to have a jetter come in there, and that cost us $600 to have a jetter come in there and vac that out so we could work on it. It's just nonstop with it.
And I did have him take pictures of what's been wrong. And I also asked him to bag up the plastic that was found in the pumps and keep that for evidence should we have to go to court with them at one point or another.
So the lift station and the pumps are the towns, right? That's all.
When the drainage board came in and tore out that stuff on Range Road, they tore out our sewage at the same time. By rights, the town should have went after them for messing with the utility, but they never did. So when the chicken place came in, it shouldn't have been, the town should have never been in the position of putting that in. If the chicken place wanted to come in, they should have put in their own lift station. But the town ended up paying the 75 grand for it. I don't think, and talking with Randy and stuff over, and his experience and stuff, that, towns don't pay for that stuff. It's a business that pays for that.
Yeah, usually it's one or the other. If a business is coming in and they want
But
the
you
service.
paid it, are you considering it though town's property?
It is right now.
It is right now.
Do we have the legal? It's on there, yeah.
It's
But
on their
It's on
property.
their property.
do we have a right to say, okay, this is now yours and you maintain it?
I gotta research it for you, that's why I'm asking the facts.
Well, the town spent $75,000 to have that installed.
How long ago was that, Carrie? 3 years ago?
3 years ago, probably.
Yeah. And, they put in a beautiful force main, they put in a beautiful valve vault.
They're the only ones tied to it.
Yes,
So there's nobody else that they can point fingers but themselves?
right,
Okay.
yeah. And the problem is once they got to the controls and the pumps, I don't know if they ran out of money, what happened, but they shortchanged the town and put in the cheapest system possible. To get it back up to where it should be, I'm guessing 20 to 36,000 to get it back up to the pumps that's required and the controls.
We had Paul Vincent look at it, and he said that's a $20,000 lift station. And to bring it up to where it ground up everything and stuff, where you wouldn't have to worry about it and had rails where it was supposed to be, it was a $36,000 fix. They're supposed to be a clean water place, not supposed to be dumping anything down into their drains. And if they're gonna continue the way they've been doing, we're spending $1,000 every 3 or 4 months on pumps or more. And plus equipment and everything else and jetters that we're sucking things out with. So, it'd be different if they were working with us and stuff, but every time that you deal with them, they are arrogant and they just act like, to say that plastic was something that was in our system. How dare they even go there and stuff when that place has probably used 1.5 million, 2 million gallons of water that's went through their system. If there was anything inside those pipes, it was washed out a long time ago.
And they're paying water and sewer?
Yes.
So the building stayed empty for 20 years, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yes,
Is there any agreement where they allowed town permission to put this on their property? Is there anything memorialized in writing?
I haven't seen anything. I think it was one of those things, we want to move in here, you have to give us utilities.
And I think-
Instead of the town going, oh, that's okay, you can move in here, but you're going to supply
There
your
was
own
no
lift station.
easement, no nothing that they gave?
Not that I'm aware of. The only thing I know of, from what I've heard, and that it was somewhere in the minutes that they were only supposed to be putting in rinsing water. And it's supposed-
Who did the work? Who was the contractor that did it?
I would have to research that. I don't remember. I'd have to look at the
Okay.
prints.
Well, the town had that put in.
You had to have hired somebody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Is there a file somewhere where you, okay.
Nobody ever did this one.
Could I see it?
There is a file?
They're in your file somewhere. I find things, you don't find them. Give me some time.
Because, you know, they were told to, that they had to have their storm sewers not connected to it. I told them 3 or 4 times, and they keep kind of giving me the runaround on it. Well, now they're wanting a new electrical service and a water and a sewer tap done, and I brought it up again, and they said, we'll have it removed this time when they have their plumbing done with their water and the sewer. But right now, they haven't removed their storm.
So if storm is tied to it as well?
Yeah, which is totally illegal.
They still do that?
Yeah, remember we talked about this before, months back. I imagine that we could probably refuse them any upgrades in electric or water for any building until that's properly disconnected, wouldn't you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't need to be tied to that right now.
So, got that.
Yeah, what else do I need to know? Let me just research this and get a plan together for you.
Yeah.
Anything
Problem
else?
10,001.
Anything else you need to know, Suzanne?
Not on this one.
Trying to make them take their responsibility.
I mean, that'd be the best, bet is give them the lift
I personally
station.
think if we can give them the lift station, say it's your baby, it's your problem, it's only good for you anyway, then it's out of our hair, we don't have to insure it
Yeah,
anymore.
we
We're not
can't,
doing it with
it's too shallow for the town to do any future expansion into it. It's only 10 feet deep.
I just wish you had something memorialized in writing somewhere.
I'll hunt.
Can you please? It just doesn't make sense that we would just go on and build something on somebody's property without an easement or use agreement or something.
I would say there's an easement, there's overhead power lines in that location, and there's a water main.
it. So we don't worry about water, electric, and that other building until they comply.
Want to-
Is that an add-on? That next building they're
Yes.
talking about, now is that part of their gig? Is that their business or?
It's the building that they're renting out to another business to use. So they're requesting a separate water, a separate sewer tap, and a separate electric meter.
If this is a separate business and not their own business and they're renting out one of their buildings, don't we have the right to know what's gonna be put there? No?
I don't think you do.
Okay.
What about when it comes to hooking the utilities back up to it? Because now he's talking about they're going separate utilities and everything.
It's still being billed to the chicken place, but a separate bill.
I don't know whose name it's gonna be in. He just said he wanted it in separate utilities.
Is it a commercial building or?
Yeah. Because they're gonna have 3-phase electric and 400 amps of service.
Do you have anything under your building code that would allow the inspector to get involved to ask what the use would be, to make sure that they're,
I have no
It
idea.
sure seems like they would have to ask for a permit. Especially if they're doing any kind of water hookup and everything. I mean, how do we you know, Jason's gonna know that, you know, you have to tap in the water and everything. It just seems like if all that's going on there should be some kind of idea what's gonna be there.
I asked him,
think anyway.
I asked him what the water consumption was gonna be, because I'm always concerned about the plant, because our plant is undersized for the town right now. And he said just 3/4 inch water service. That's it, just bathrooms only. Other than that, just machinery that requires electric.
The other thing you can think of is, would it violate any zoning issues, the intended use that they want to do? That could be one way of asking what the intended use is going to be.
I'm sure that's heavy industrial down there, so they could put just about anything.
Anything down
Anything else?
What about if it goes into somebody else's name? The utilities, that's the thing. I mean, I can see if they're gonna put it in their own, keep it in their own name or something, but if they're gonna switch it to somebody else's name, it sure seems like we should know what the hell's going on.
Well, I
there.
would think if that was something that they're renting out, then the utility should still be in their name.
It's really it's between them
Yeah.
Yeah.
and how they want to do it.
Otherwise, you guys are gonna have to do separate deposits and everything else.
We'll have to.
Interesting.
Saga continues.
Only other thing I have is the old backhoe we've been using for clean out easements and stuff. It looks like a stick or the oil cooler just rusted out from all the salt use over the years, and because currently we're waiting on parts for it to come in. Repair cost with us doing the work, just parts, is about $1,000. That's for the new oil cooler for the hydraulics and the transmission and getting the radiator fixed.
You already did that, right?
Yes, exactly. I was just letting the board be aware of it.
Yeah,
Well, anything to keep both them machines.
I already told them that it's split up between all of them and stuff, and it's gotta get fixed, so just.
Parts will be in Wednesday, and hopefully Thursday, it'll be back together and operational. That's all I have.
Next is we'll go over these ordinance for the schedule of fines. As this is just something I want you to review over the next couple of weeks before the next meeting, where we can discuss. I personally think these fines are way out of line. Some of them don't even pertain to the town of Kingsford Heights. And you've got a violation thing here that's made that says officer number, and they're not even signing it. I mean, if it's not signed, it's not valid. I mean, put that on the other ones. I think that it used to be where the schedule of fines was, first offense was $25, second offense was 50, third offense went to 100, and after that it was $250. I think that would make things a lot easier, and I think we could go back to the old tickets that were being used rather than what you see right here, because it's just,
So what you have to do before you do that, you gotta cross-reference each one of these specific ordinances. Okay. Because those specific ordinances may set out what the fine is.
you lost me there.
I'm assuming each one of these, like animal, nuisance, noise, any of those has a separate ordinance and are not just one ordinance. Am I assuming correctly?
Yes,
So then, do you have to go through each one of those ordinances to make sure that the fine matches up?
no, I think the last marshal went through and had the ordinances were done, and there was no fine thing, everything went underneath the schedule of fines.
I see what you're saying. It's done kind of like putting the cart in front of the horse. got it.
and never generated any funds, so at that point.
Well, he didn't write any tickets on it. And my thing is, being somebody that's wrote a lot of tickets here in this town, I probably wouldn't have wrote a lot of tickets to people at $100 a pop, you know, because that's gonna hurt the individual and stuff, or the kids and stuff a little bit. You know, a $25 fine, you don't mind writing and stuff or something, you know, and if it's a habitual thing, then it goes up the next time you have to do it. But because my dog got out, it cost me $100, or you know, I got some garbage to pick up, cost me $100, or.
Discharging a firearm, $100. Oh, you normally go to jail?
Yeah, you should. Thank you very much.
$200 for the second time.
Standing, stopping, parking. Write me all three, because I stand, stop, and park. So, I mean, just loading zone parking, I mean, it's just,
What's the pedestrian crosswalk?
I guess they're gonna write somebody by the school, but that's about the only thing we've got in there for
Standing in
that.
the crosswalk?
What's restriction on backing?
What is it?
I don't know, that's why I keep
Yeah.
saying there needs to be enough more documents cross-referencing this.
You can't
Okay,
drive on a
so
sidewalk.
I'll look up the ordinances and see if they have anything in them. So if the other ordinances have something in them, this is junk anyway.
Thank you. Yeah. It could be.
These ordinances are just killing me.
Well, the other one is meeting, assemblies, and parades.
Yeah.
Get a $100 fine for that one
No
too.
parades.
I don't know.
Victory City Festival.
Well, the Easter Bunny had a parade.
So did Santa Claus.
Santa had a parade.
There one $100 right there.
Boy, good thing they didn't get caught.
Yeah, but I don't think they got a permit.
This time they have to.
Santa was gone before next year.
Okay, next on the agenda. Jay Ward came in the town hall today. And Jay Ward, as you know, is one of our landlords that had a bunch of broken down, beat up slumlord houses. He's filed bankruptcy on all that stuff, and he's wanting to get rid of them. So he's seen me today, and he said, Dennis, he said, I'll deed all those properties over to the town if you guys want to tear them down. I said, well, what kind of taxes or liens or anything like that you got on this stuff? He goes, well, I'm sure there's a little bit. I had talked to Jay Jellavecki, the residence next to 3820 Nordway of a house that's falling down there real bad. And asked him to go talk to Jay, and he did go talk to Jay, and I guess Jay is going to talk with the courthouse and look everything up and stuff. It looks pretty promising that Jay may take that property over and then tear it down and stuff and get rid of it. The other properties he's talked about was the 327 Litchfield, which is a duplex, and 559 and 561 Grayton, that's right across from the town hall, the little cracker jack boxes and stuff. It'd be very easy to take down with a backhoe in about 10 minutes. I told him that I'd bring it before us tonight. I think that if there's any kind of liens or anything else, we could probably go up and talk to commissioners or whoever and stuff about, you know, what it would take to maybe forgive some of those or something so we can eliminate the property and clean up the area. If it's back taxes, as taxes come to us, so we could probably forgive most of that anyway, but,
You can definitely forgive anything that you guys have voluntarily done.
so I think that it would be a good deal to be able to get rid of 4 houses very quickly. And we could actually probably sell the properties for what it costs to
The Northway property.
tear it down. 3820 Nordway. Jay Ward came in today and said that, he said, Dennis, I'll deed all those properties to the town if they want to get rid of them. And we have to see what's there. I told Jay Jellavecki is looking at that one at 3820. Looks like he's going to take it, and he'll take care of that problem. You know, it's been an eyesore in his backyard or side yard for years in all the neighborhood down there. But the 2 by Grayton Road across from the town hall, and the duplex on Litchfield. You know, so,
There's somebody living at one side, isn't there?
I don't know,
I believe so.
but if he's willing to do that, and there's not too much money involved, or we can get the forgiveness on what's there, I think it'd be worth getting and getting rid of. And if it costs $1,000 to tear a property down with the dumpsters, then we can sell the property for $1,000 and recoup the money, and then just get rid of 4 more
You
very
think-
bad houses in town.
You talking about taking bids on getting them tore down, or the town tearing them?
No, those small enough would town tear them down. The backhoe would reach in there, those small ones over there go crunch, crunch, and it'd be gone.
There's a homeowner behind the 2 on Grayton that's been interested in those too. People that lives in the modular on the next road.
Yeah, you can give them a good backyard. Street to street. So, if everybody's in agreement with that, then we can move forward, and I'll go check the courthouse, see what's going on with that, and what kind of liens and everything else they got on it, and see where we at. You know, it might be something that we can do fairly cheap, or it might be something that's not worth getting into.
Dennis, our property taxes current,
He told me no.
is it going up for tax sale in October?
I have no idea. Can he get rid of them before that? It's going up for tax sale?
He can, but you guys would still be subject to taking it with all the taxes due and owing. I guess what I'm thinking is, it depends on how many cycles he's behind, but if it would go through tax sale, nobody would buy it, then commissioners, you could ask the commissioners to deed it rather than going through commissioner sale. And then by them doing that, then, we'd have to still go through the legal steps of giving notices and chances for people to redeem, but then all the taxes are wiped out and everything.
The commissioners.
So it's gonna be a process.
It would be a process, but I'm familiar with it. It would be like you'd be going through all the redemption steps. Like you'd still have to do a title search. You'd have to give notice to anybody entitled a notice of right to redeem. The time frame, though, if you get it from commissioners, usually they don't go up until February. And then there's 120 days that you can try to get the whole redemption and all the legal process done between them.
I wouldn't want to get property taxes on 4 properties.
I can't believe you don't try to sell them. I mean, they're worth something, to somebody. I mean,
You'll take a
they're not
tax
worth
write-off.
anything to us as a town because they look like crap. But they're worth money to somebody.
Now, the other thing that could happen is if you wanted to deed them, you could approach the county and say, would you guys be willing to forgive all back due taxes? I've had to ask before and the answer has been no, because the county's in such financial dire straits, some yada, yada, yada answer, they wouldn't forgive $5,000. But there is a way of doing it where they can forgive it. But the answer I usually get is no.
Maybe at this point, we're better off just hoping they go for land tax sales and somebody comes in and he tears them down or fixes them up. Probably cheaper all the way around for the town.
It's gonna come in October too, so it'll be
Yeah.
here before you know it.
I can look them up and see what's owed on.
Yeah.
We don't want to spend a lot of money and stuff, but it'd be nice to get rid of the 4 delinquent properties.
Especially these 2 over here, or that one down there on Norway too. That's sad shape. That thing should have been tore down about 10 years ago.
The recording system for the community center through COVID. Mitchell's here. He had set up a list of things that are needed to do this. And then he gave me an upgraded one when he came in today, which is about $1,000 more than the 55, so it's $6,500. And that would put in the audio system in here and stuff on top of that. But I guess it's the camera, you have to have the leads. It's got its own computer system, its own streaming system and everything else and stuff. And we'd have to keep under lock and key and keep the camera under a lockbox where it was mounted. But it looks like to stream what we want to stream is, and he's volunteering his time to build it and put it together, will be $6,500.
Now, does this go back through the COVID too?
Yes,
And then we'll get reimbursed,
yes.
Yep.
or we can't go wrong there?
Right.
You gonna make a motion on it, or what?
If you want it, I'm just,
Well, it's something we've already probably ought to get into. I mean, there's no sense waiting around. I mean,
I agree.
we can't go wrong with it.
So is it live stream
Is it gonna be live stream? Yes.
Yes.
via Facebook, Zoom?
The idea is live streamed on YouTube, shared link on Facebook.
Got it.
But the system is able to stream on both at the same time if they'd like. But Facebook is a headache and a half to get set up. So,
Got a joystick and everything out for controlling.
What you think, Evelyn?
Yeah.
You're gonna see that.
I know, it's pretty
No,
tiny.
It's $6,500. I got the updated one he just gave me before when he came in today. That has, because it includes the audio. The other didn't have the audio with it.
yeah, it's a completely upgraded audio system.
So the complete system is $6,500.
I'm for it.
Second. I don't know if that was a motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'm all for it.
You think?
I'll make a motion that we do this.
He said the COVID was gonna pay for that.
Yes, can't go wrong there. Exactly.
Didn't you second it?
I seconded it.
Been moved and seconded that we let Mitchell Moss build us a streaming video feed, audio feed here at the community center for our future COVID meetings, so we can comply with the orders coming in. All in favor?
Aye.
For $6,500.
So,
Opposed? Huh?
I was gonna say that would also need an internet upgrade to live stream. We talked about it before, but
Well, yeah, we should be fine with it and stuff, because we'll just do Comcast or something through there.
yeah, as long as you get Comcast, that should be fine. But I just know I've done a speed test here already, and it's just not capable of doing it yet.
We all
So-
know.
And the cleaning lady, we approved at $12 an hour for 4 hours a week for the community center at the town hall, Teresa. Utilities shut off.
Shut up. Really well. We only have 11 that did not pay, and this have to pay us. And otherwise, the first, last 5 months of no shut off, and still hiccups, but it went okay.
It's 11 out of 42, you said? Is that what it was?
65.
42. We had a $50,000 utility day at the town hall, so I can tell you they were quite busy and stuff between people coming in and out and everything else. But I'll also tell you that we've got some citizens that are outrageously freaking disrespectful. And this guy came into the office today and F you and called every name in the book and yelling and screaming, and I went and yelled it back and stuff and went after him outside because he was, and the first thing he said to me was, F you, you so, and I was like, I'm sorry, bud, that's me. Crap.
Well, disorderly conduct.
Right. Put me in jail.
Yeah.
But there is no excuse, and I hope you put this on a line, but there's no excuse for any citizen in this community to go to that town hall and treat these employees like that. None. And what happened today with him, if there'd have been a police officer standing there, his ass would have went to jail. Just where he needed to go. And I purposely stayed at that town hall from 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock this afternoon, so something wasn't gonna go on. And we had an officer on duty all that time. There's no excuse for that. You know, you come in acting like that and stuff, the next thing he's gonna do, and I mean, he was getting ready to throw hands or whatever and stuff, but I mean, I'm not gonna tolerate it if I'm there, you know?
Sounds like the same person I dealt with shutting off today.
Yep. And when the guys went over there to shut the utilities off, they purposely let their pit bulls out and stuff to run after them. So I said, well, you should have had the officer over there and stuff, because when the dogs went out and started coming after you, they could have took care of the problem. But,
Well, one of our guys was pinned up against the wall, wasn't he?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I did tell the guys to go ahead, or told Jason, I said, start looking for prices on some cattle prods, like the farmers use and stuff, and they can carry around with them and stuff. That way they've got a 3-foot stick and stuff if they have to be able to shock a dog or something like that to keep from being bitten. You know, it's just ridiculous. But yeah, the crap I seen today out of a few citizens is just totally uncalled for. And I wouldn't put up with it. I'll tell you what, if somebody was talking, and I told them, I said, as far as I'm concerned, if somebody's acting like that, then you close your window, you lock your door, and you call 911, you have that person removed, and they can come back 8 or 10 hours later and stuff, and when they can learn how to talk to you respectfully, then they can have their utilities on. Until then, they can flick their Vic and stuff and light a candle. So,
Well, I will say that Laura and Teresa did a good job.
they did, they did. No, she was upset too. I've seen that, and then, you know, she had,
Yeah, yes.
Also,
go ahead.
also, if I'm the next, it's not the next step, I'm on the next step. Okay, I need to tell about the holiday coming up, September 7th,
Labor Day.
Labor Day, and the offices will be closed. Also, it's your turn. The day after that, are you gonna open the meeting?
Yeah, let's schedule a meeting for the Tuesday instead of the Monday.
Okay.
Our normal town meeting.
Yes.
But I have to post it because
Yes.
it's not.
Because it's not regular.
After that, I'm done.
And I give you all a brown folder. Those have the applications for the town marshal and the deputies positions that we're going to be interviewing on the 25th. So you can look through them and stuff and be familiar with them before we do the interviews. PayGov, I also witnessed some stuff today with PayGov, you know. It's my opinion that the PayGov that the town hall is using is pretty much junk. It's caused a lot of problems. Laura had to really struggle today because some of the shut-offs and stuff were because PayGov didn't do their job and stuff and have things doing. So they were shutting off people that were already paid. And it's not stuff that they have any fault in whatsoever and stuff. I mean, she jumped on it right away and got it fixed and got the utilities turned back on. But we have problems time and time and time again over PayGov. And as far as I'm concerned, I would like to see us go back to the point of you pay with check, you pay with cash, or you pay with a money order. This thing on paying online isn't working. It's just not working. People coming in and calling these people thieves and everything else and stuff, and they have to call PayGov, and then they go, oh yeah, it's their fault, but it makes them look bad. you know? And I just, you know, the town's got a bad enough reputation that we're trying to come out of. We don't need these people being called thieves and stuff and everything else for mistakes that this other place is making. And that they're charging 3% on the people, you know, paying their bills. Let's go back to the, you know, money order, check, cash, and that eliminates that problem, period.
Did you guys sign a contract with them?
The contract can be broken anytime. I remember when they came in and stuff, we're not stuck with them.
Okay.
How long is it normally taking, Laura, for these transactions to actually come up and show up on?
Normally, it's the next day, but
Yeah.
there's times that, for some
Is there,
reason,
like any leeway where you have to give 60 days notice or 30 days, nothing like that?
you know, if they don't put the right code in or something else, then it goes to the court, and
Yeah.
then it ends up being a mess. Because it's up to PAGA whether they reimburse the person or they send it to us.
In the meanwhile, showing that they didn't pay. Remember the ones that are always on Facebook?
Oh, boy. Yeah, and it's not these,
We paid, I don't understand, they must be stealing our money.
and it's not their fault
Yeah.
because it's not working the way it was explained. That's not the way it was explained when that pay go came in here and stuff. That was supposed to be boom, boom and stuff. It's not working that way. It makes the clerk's office look bad at no fault of their own. I think it's just time to eliminate it. What's your pleasure?
You incorporated, when you took over, they have it from the other board. Okay, good.
We had something else and stuff that was it was charging the town. So when I paid my bill, the town had to pay, when you stroke it on the bank thing and stuff, the town had to pay that 3 or 4%. So we got rid of that because we were spending, what, $1,000 a month or so, losing that much money,
Over 10,000.
you know? So.
A year?
Yeah.
We went to this pay gov, which switched it, and it just hasn't worked. Hasn't worked.
Why don't you
Do you
guys?
have any problem with that, with going back to good old fashioned check money order and,
All the people that use it, that like it, they're gonna be really mad.
There are people that like to pay their bills online.
Yeah, most people are doing it online anyway.
I pay a lot of mine online, but
Again, how many actually are complaining? A few have problems. This is a good service not to just throw it out. This doesn't make no sense, okay? Because I have to work with it, so.
Do you have a lot of problems with it, Lori?
Not too often.
Once in a while, I have problems. But
Well, we definitely don't need the embarrassment of turning people's electrics off if it's been paid. That's
well,
the
and
thing about it.
it's been 2 or 3
you know, I'm
times.
up there. No, it hasn't been 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'll argue that point.
You don't
I've been up there
really
too
want,
much.
but I disagree.
But the,
You're full.
excuse me?
Because I'm crazy.
What'd you just say?
No, I didn't say it. I'm crazy.
It's happened time and time again where they have to come in with their phones and everything, and they go, listen, I've already paid this. And she's going, well, no, you haven't, because it's not showing here. So the one lady had to go to her own bank today and stuff to get records after she'd already paid her bill to come back to prove she did it. It's something that's, I know it's his office, but that's something that we can take care of or we can't take care of. I personally, my opinion is that and I don't have a vote, there's
Lori,
3
how do
here, I
you
don't
feel
like
about
it.
keeping it? Would you rather work it that way or go back to the old, I mean, you do it both ways anyway.
Right. The way I look at it, that's Dwayne's call. He's the boss. That's the way I'm gonna be
Well,
it.
you're probably
Well,
right about
that puts
that.
you in a predicament.
Well, why don't we
I
just
understand
keep it for a while and see how it goes? See if you get any more complaints.
I was gonna mention, because the old system was, we just had a credit card reader at the town hall, right?
Right.
I mean, there's there's more modern systems out there
We had
that's,
the same problems back then, too. The other
Right.
system, we had the problems with that, too.
right, I was gonna say there's more modern solutions with
Now,
like.
most government entities are using PayGov.
Yeah, Well, yeah, and Jason said that Walker and them are having major issues with it also.
But I was gonna mention, like, because if we were just gonna go back to that, because people like paying with card, because cash is having a shortage right now. Checks are just all up in the air. But I was gonna say, there's more modern solutions to a a point of sale system at the town hall that can I haven't looked into it much because obviously I don't have much into the point of POS, but I have looked into it for my several of the things I've been working on. There are ways to charge that credit card fee onto the customer if they chose to pay through credit card. So that's just an idea. I don't know the solutions that exist, but I mean that's just an idea. If we wanted to go back to credit card
I'll tell you the way.
usage at the time.
Mr. Wayne's off it, if he won't pay gov, let him have it.
Right.
They'll suffer the repercussions.
Yeah, they gotta deal with their disgruntled customers.
We have to deal with the disgruntled customers.
Yeah, but we
That
can't
just
overrun,
doesn't
we
fall,
can't overrun
that just doesn't
his
fall
office,
on the
that's his
clerk's
call.
office. That falls right into the town council's lap. We're the ones who talk about and stuff about that. And if it's not working, it's not working. You got my opinion, you got your opinion, what are the other
You got
opinions?
yours, that's right.
Well, I don't really know. If it's working, I don't really know. I've seen people on Facebook saying it works pretty good. There was a few of them that said it wasn't working. Maybe like her, just let's throw it up in the air and see what it does in the next couple of months. And if we still have our problems, then maybe you can discuss it
I
with
gave
us.
you sheet by sheet by sheet, that works. Once in a while, we have a little problem, and it gets fixed. So.
How much work does it take off the clerk's office without having to worry about dealing with people? I mean, how many people are actually using it, do you know?
Most of the time, they're paying at the town hall, so it's not saving time at the clerk's office, they're paying at the town hall.
No. A lot of people pay theirs through their phone and through their computers.
And I see a lot of them paying at the town hall, because every time they have to ask how much, it's a 3% charge, and they tell them what the charge is before they run it through.
That's just a few of them that speak. They don't understand to do the pay-go, do it automatically through your computer, through your phone. They don't know how to do this. I try to show them how to add your code for this. And some of them understand how to do this, so it's easier for them to write for us a credit card.
Well, if you have problems with it, you let us know, then we'll all just decide if we can change it, I guess. I mean, if it's comfortable for you, it's comfortable for me, but I wouldn't want to catch all the slack that's coming back off of you.
Like I said, because every morning we got a list that have done this through the phone. They don't have to come to our office. A lot of them don't have to come to this office. Otherwise, everybody has to come down here. Good. If you want, I'll stop it right now.
No, they've already said that you're good to go, so it's in your lap. But I will tell you this, we're paying for that service. And
We don't pay it. The town doesn't have to pay it.
that's a freebie,
We don't.
because they're making money off the customer.
Yes.
Then if I was in your shoes,
Yeah.
I would be standing on a table doing a hot chicken dance about how these people are coming in and treating you for their mistakes. And we may argue and stuff, but I see it time and time and time again. And I brought this because of the way your office is being treated and the way it looks for the town. Nothing against you in the clerk's office or anything else, but I told you my opinion. It's a damn shame when you have to sit there and watch her scream and yell today about getting a number because we're shutting off a bunch of people and stuff that pay through PayGov, and you don't have any clue that it happened. And it's happened many, many times over. I agree, there's been a lot of transactions that have been fantastic, and nothing's gonna be 100% great, but it's far from a good system. That's my opinion. You've already got your decision about keeping it. I win some, I lose some. That's part of politics. We'll move forward. Attorney's report. Good luck, Dwayne.
I have nothing specific to report on.
Anything non-specific? No? Any public comments?
On this water and sewage, we pay $16 a month for both of them in case something goes wrong on the homeowners. And when is that gonna start? We're gonna get some patients.
September 18th, we'll have all of the literature out to the citizens and stuff, reference that. We had to wait until the 60 days after the IURC ordinance was put in effect, and after that 60 days, we can go forward with it. So on the 19th, we'll be moving forward with that insurance policy and stuff, because that's a fantastic deal for full homeowners out here on a failing system. So,
Give me a piece of paper.
any other public comments?
Got a pen?
Any other public comment? Motion to adjourn.
Make a motion that we adjourn?
You got a second?
Second. It was for $117. Do you want to leave more?